This AFC Division Picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Shady Rays. SGPN is teaming up with Shady Rays for Shady May. Get 50% off your Shady Rays using promo code SGPN, and then go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/shady for your chance to win $500.
Hey, this is LeGarrette Blunt, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. NFL really is king, Sean. It's so much better.
It is. We're talking about the National Football League. You know, we did our way too early division podcast, but why not? And again, these are
Win totals.
Yeah, what did I say?
Division. That's what we're doing.
Oh,
now.
we are doing the division here. We already did our way too early wins. Win totals, and now we're doing the division.
Technically, that was our way too early because we might have to do another way too early after the schedule is released.
Oh yeah, schedule release coming up.
Can we get on the front of something?
Sure.
Feels like we could be the first sharps to actually not get excited about the schedule release. Let's remind. We already know who's playing everyone.
Yes,
guys. We literally know where it's being played, with the exception of some international games. Can we?
Are you
can
excited
we relax?
about? Oh, I mean, Ryan, I'm always going to be excited for the schedule. Start mapping out my
stacks.
Well, not best ball stacks, but my life, Ryan, my life. Where I'm going to be, what Eagles games I'm going to, when the Eagles play Los Angeles. I know you hate Thanksgiving football, but I'm going to be excited because there's a chance Eagles
like
Giants
football, don't like
hate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'm always excited to see the Thanksgiving slate, and now they've added the Black Friday game, which is there's a chance it's going to be Eagles Giants, which would be awesome.
Would it?
Yeah.
Why
would it not be awesome? Again, we're completely diametrically opposed on this issue, but I think football and eating are awesome. I love a holiday dedicated.
I love football. I love eating.
Just not together. Can't.
I also like getting off the grid for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Tradition like none other. The Eagles are traveling to San Francisco, Las Vegas, and Arizona. Sean,
you're reading the wrong year.
Am I?
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at the Giants. I'm sorry. They're traveling to Los Angeles. Oh, you're gonna go to SoFi.
Yeah, that's why I said. I'm excited to see when the Eagles and Rams play because I will be going to that
scenario?
game. I'd say October.
It's open air.
October,
so
good time.
Factor in the weather. It's not a true dome.
No, it is not a dome, as we know, because they canceled the game for Lightning once, which was really crazy. But we're here talking about the American Football Conference. Oh, listen to that noise. Of course, that's the sound of the National Football League. Hey, NFL right around the corner. But before that, we got summer. We'll be doing our team previews, and you know what we'll be rocking anytime we go outside in the summer? Shady Rays. Woo-hoo. Rocking my Shady Rays, polarized lenses. These things are straight fire, as the kids say. Just great sunglasses. And the lost or broken replacement policy, you can't beat it. You can try and beat it, but you can't. They will replace any sunglasses that you buy for them. No questions asked. Just say, hey, these things broke. I can't find them. It's nothing worse than losing a pair of sunglasses. Shady Rays is here to help. You're not going to want to lose these things because they're just badass sunglasses. Love these guys. And on top of it, you got the Shady May combo. When you go to shadyrays.com, use the code SGPN, 50% off 2 pairs or more polarized sunglasses. Again, then take the receipt. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/shady for your chance to win $500 in the Shady Mace contest. So, Kramer.
Long lost cousin of Willie Mays. All right. Well, so real quick, worth noting. because I was sharing this, I think, with CJ, host of Bottom Line Bombs, but I was very recently refreshing my team notes, and I was starting to jot some stuff down. And
what have you jotted down so far, Ryan?
Well, I mean, it's a lot. It's mostly negative stuff. Teams to fade, teams who won the draft, but it was having me go back and revisit ATS records from last year.
Oh, okay. I'm all ears.
Yeah. So I just since we're talking AFC, best ATS record last year, all games included.
In the AFC.
Yeah, playoff games included.
Playoff game. So that's implying that they went to the playoffs.
No,
there.
I'm just saying I didn't filter out. I didn't filter out only the regular season.
I'm gonna say the Cincinnati Bengals.
Ding, ding, ding.
Really?
Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals 13-6.
Oh my God.
You want to take a couple other guesses at other teams up there? Number 2, number 3. Honestly, you probably could get these.
I think. Let's see. Obviously, I think the Chiefs are in there. No, they had a bad run.
Chiefs were
Chiefs
8-11-1.
Yeah, no, they had a stretch where they were pretty cold. I feel like the Jets are in there.
Jets are not in there. Sorry.
All right. What else? What do you got?
All right. So you got Chargers 11-6-1, Steelers 10-6-1.
Our Steelers. People always wonder why I have the same team every year. Steelers. They just cover spreads.
Titans 9-7-1and, and the Miami Dolphins wrapping up the
Dolphins were going to be one of my other guesses.
So, yeah, no, I mean, why you might ask? Why is this something I like to jot into my next year's notes? Because there's a subtle recency here, and I think you're going to see some of these same teams maybe getting disrespected over here in these division odds markets. All right, so we got. You want to start with the East?
Sure.
Bills +130, Jets +250, Dolphins +290, Patriots +750. Full disclosure,
it's a baby fucking wheel, man.
Purely informational, not a CLV brag, but I do have the Dolphins at 3-1.
Okay,
it's +290 now. Not a big deal. The movement hasn't been drastic since Aaron Rodgers has officially signed, and thus Randall Cobb has signed.
And the Lazard move is really blowing up the Jets marketplace. This to me, I mean, you have two of the best regular season quarterbacks of all time, Josh Allen and regular season Rodgers himself going toe to toe in the same division. Tua, I see the case at 3-1. That brain is just too fragile.
Wow, Sean, that's almost not. It's like talking to Pete Carroll about building 7.
No, I had a moment where I was back in on Tua. I'm officially out. The injury stuff is too crazy.
This is the last year of their window. They're all in.
I do. I like some of their moves. I don't think Tua can sustain.
Who's the backup now, Sean? We do this. We have to do this every time because you forget Mike White.
Yes.
Well, you like Mike White.
That's true. I do.
Better than Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar Thompson.
But also the Mike White thing was pretty short lived. He also got banged up as well and struggled.
If he with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle.
I mean, he did have Garrett Wilson Rookie of the Year. Like they did have some skilled players in.
Garrett Wilson would be the
Jets.
third best receiver on the Dolphins.
I don't know. This year I think Garrett Wilson might be better than Jalen Waddle. Especially with Aaron Rodgers.
It's getting hot in here.
Jets have a really good defense. I mean, you could talk me into the Jets at the price. Again, regular season Rodgers.
Absolutely not. No, come on, dude. This Jets team is selling their soul. This stuff never works. How long you been watching the NFL, Sean? How
a long time.
How often does this work?
I don't think
the
it's
Rams?
I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work for the entire season. But if you told me, hey, the Jets are 11-6 and are going to lose in the first round of the playoffs, that's a scenario that makes sense in my head. That being said, I still think you have to take the Bills at +130. They get most of the regular season out of the way before the snow and cold comes, and their game isn't sustainable. I still think Josh Allen. I think he's limited in the playoffs. We haven't seen him make a run yet.
Wow.
But in the regular season, they're tough out. So I'll take the Bills +130.
All right. So
what are you doing, Ryan?
Well,
besides touting your CLV?
You have Josh Allen now, another year removed from Brian Dable.
So is that better or worse?
Well, I mean, the theory is that it's not better. All right, I know people think it's
But
a hot take.
I think it could be. I think it could be better because he already had 1 year of the Brian Dable umbilical cord has been cut. He had a year in the tank last year. Now he's on his way.
Could be deviating further and further. I'm gonna stay with my Dolphins prediction. I do, as much as it's fun to make fun of McDaniel, I do think that he clearly has an offense where dudes are wide the fuck open all the time.
It's true.
I do think Mike White will turn out to be a massive upgrade when he does need to play. And Tua is learning how to fall, practicing judo and jujitsu in the offseason. So I don't know what you're worried about, Sean. Patriots plus 750. There is part of me that's like, Bill Belichick.
I don't think the Patriots are going to be as bad as the Patriots fans are always coming. Oh, we're going to be horrible. Now they actually went from not having an offensive coordinator to having an offensive coordinator. We don't have a ton of data to track how that.
Who's that offensive coordinator? Bill O'Brien.
He's a guy who's at least been an offensive coordinator and an offensive mind. Bill O'Brien, I think, much better offensive coordinator than Matt Patricia
and Joe Judge. I'd put both of those guys in there.
I would believe that.
All right. So do you think we've gotten past the quarterback drama?
Yeah. I mean,
who does Bill O'Brien choose? Because he did pick Christian Hackenberg once.
Well, Zappy's supposedly the owner. It seems to like Zappy. I think just Matt Patricia
Meek Mill making some roster moves for Bobby
trying
Kraft.
to get that Lamar Jackson trade. What did Lamar? I know he doesn't have an agent, but if Meek Mill gets that deal done, he deserves like 3-4%.
Here's the problem: is Robert Kraft didn't say, "No, we have a quarterback. His name is Mac Jones," or "No, we got Bailey Zappi." He said, "You got to talk to Bill about that." Which is
really
not
throwing Bill under the bus.
Not a huge endorsement. I don't listen. I think that I think two things will probably happen by the time the regular season hits. I think Miami's price probably doesn't get too much better. I do think the Jets price changes just because Aaron Rodgers is going to look great in shorts, and people are going to be raving about this team before the wheels fall off for an undisclosed reason. So I don't hate your Bills. I do think the Bills could end up going down, going a little further away from even. I mean, my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if people are questioning the Bills and raving about the Jets through the summer months, and you can maybe pluck off something closer to 2-1. At which point, I'm getting involved. That's close to a buy price.
So you think the Bills price is going to go up?
I think it could get better.
I don't think it's going to get lower. And because
when you say lower, you mean better or worse?
I don't think it's going to get. I'm with you. I think the price will get better if you're looking to back the Bills because people are going to talk themselves into the Jets. People will talk themselves into the Dolphins in the summer months because the Bills winning the AFC East again is kind of a boring story, and no one's going to want to say. No one's going to
been there, done that. I mean, the Bills, they just like to cluster good teams that don't actually get the full job done in groups of 4 or 5. AFC North. Bengals, Cincinnati plus 125, Ravens plus 240, Browns plus 350, Pittsburgh plus 650. Odds here tell me they never thought Lamar was going anywhere else. The Ravens odds were always kind of hovering in this range.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, my
all in on the Browns, Ryan.
My take,
Deshaun Watson?
My takeaway would be like, all right, this isn't the correct order. I think you're splitting hairs. Bengals, Ravens probably deserve to be the top of the division, but I'm always going to want to play a Mike Tomlin team with these kind of odds.
I know. I'm with you.
Always going to want to play Mike.
I mean, Kenny Pickett, I thought was pretty good. I like what they did in the draft. I think Joey Porter Jr. Will add that defense. If TJ Watt is healthy, this team doesn't lose a ton of games. And you could very well see it being like a 11-6 or 10-7 Steelers team that wins out in the tiebreaker. Now playoff time comes. I'm all in on the I'm all in on the Bengals, but the Bengals notoriously start off really, really slow. So you could honestly, I think the way to play is, and I'll put Steelers down for me. It sounds like you're on the Steelers as well. I think you play the Steelers, but then look to buy back on the Bengals if they start off slow.
And also the Ravens, I mean, they didn't exactly have Lamar the whole season, and I mean, I just think you probably play the Steelers and the Ravens. If I'm being completely honest, you probably fade the Bengals and fade the Browns.
I'm not taking the Ravens at plus 240.
I will say I like Steelers to make the playoffs at plus 160. That's super interesting. I didn't put it on the sheet, but I would also say that I know last year they did this, Sean, but they have like team to finish better in the standings.
Oh yeah.
Fully plan on taking the Steelers versus the Browns in that heads up matchup. I anticipate the Steelers will be like a +150, +170 dog.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Steelers just again, Najee Harris. I think the young receiver core I think could make a nice jump for the Steelers as well.
Well, the Nuggets,
and it's no knock on the Bengals, just at +125. There's a lot of other scenarios that could shake out.
well,
And I like the Bengals team. If we're talking conference, making a run in the playoffs, but for division, I think Steelers are frisky at +650.
Kenny Pickett was PFF's highest graded quarterback over the weeks 12 through 18. So if you're not a PFF person, whatever, okay, he's going in the right direction. Because do you remember how his start to the season? It was like, holy shit, he's throwing so many interceptions.
Yeah, because he's a rookie, and you expect him to make a little bit of a jump here. He does seem like a guy who's going to be putting in the time. And Tomlin, he always gets the most out of his team.
Well, and maybe Watt stays healthy.
Yeah, Watt staying healthy that's the only way you have a chance of crashing this 650. You need TJ Watt to play 16, 17 games.
And fun fact, because I think a lot was made of the interceptions last year. How many interceptions did Kenny Pickett finish with? He started 12 games, 9.
Okay. But he had like 3 in one game.
In the beginning,
he did have 2 rushing touchdowns. I kept chasing that dragon. Oh man, that's sweet Kenny Pickett, 2 rushing touchdowns.
He threw 7 interceptions. So basically, here's his interceptions: 3, 1, 0, 3, 1. Those were his first 5 games. Cleaned it up after that. Only 1 interception the final 8 games. So.
Kenny. Hey, make sure you check out UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. Get the 100% deposit bonus up to $100. Best Ball Mania 4 is here, aka your chance to win a share of $15 million in prizes. Are you kidding me? $15 million bucks. And again, Underdog is the best way to play fantasy football. All you got to do is draft your team. That's it. You never have to open another thing. No hanging out in the waiver wire, priority claims. That really is the worst. Drafting is the most fun. You don't have to worry about, the commissioner wouldn't let me trade my guys. All the annoying parts of fantasy football are gone. It's so fun to draft a team, and that's all you got to do. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN, 100% deposit bonus up to $100. So we're both in on the Steelers.
I think. Come on. It's almost a system play. What were they last year? 10-1. I mean, seriously, like they were 10-1 last year, and it's like, okay, I know we were on them last year, but they have a significantly better chance this year than they did last year.
No, they totally do. I mean, they were 9-8. They were only, I guess they were. Well, again, the Bengals went 12-4 because DeMar Hamlin decided to sit out.
Yeah. Wow. We're DeMar Hamlin.
I would call it 13-4. So they were 4 games back from the Bengals, but I think the Bengals just get red hot.
Well, how many games did they lose when TJ Watt was on the sideline?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the on-off split with them is crazy.
Which, by the way, the Watt brothers are going to copy the Kelsey brothers into a podcast.
It won't be as good.
It 100% won't be. Jason Kelsey's the star of the show.
Yeah, he's really good.
You could literally replace Travis with like a unpeeled banana or Will Levis.
in our Kentucky Derby podcast, Malcolm did compare a horse to Travis Kelsey. He didn't mention the intelligence level, but maybe that's what he was getting at. Right?
He was referring to Dick like Coughlin. That's what it is. All right, AFC South.
Cox.
One of the 3 teams in the NFL with minus odds to win their division right now on May 4th. Well, yeah, May 4th. Recording this ahead of time. Jags -160. Titans +360. This is confusing to me. Colts +550. Texans 8-1. I understand not having a fucking clue on who could win this division, but I don't think. Like to me, there's one team that should have these odds to win their division.
Yes.
And they're the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
And even then, you could argue their competition is at least a little spicy.
I mean, I'll tell you one team I'm not betting on: Jacksonville Jaguars. Like we were watching a segment today, and They're talking about they have a first place schedule. They're playing teams like the Ravens, the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Bengals, like the Bills. I think they have as well. Like
I got it right in front of me. So their away games outside the division: Browns, Steelers, Saints, Bucks, Bills. Home games: Bengals, Ravens, Falcons, Panthers, Chiefs, Niners. I mean, Bengals, Ravens, Chiefs, it's obviously a lot will be made of the fact that the NFC and AFC South play each other. So there'll be some opportunity there.
Where are you at with the Titans right now? Because they were 7-3 at one point last year before losing 7 games in a row. I do think Mike
Vrabel's still with the team.
Vrabel's a very good coach.
Derrick Henry still with the team.
As of tape time, yes.
Ryan Tannehill still with the team.
Yes, as of tape time, unfortunately.
You expecting Derrick Henry to the Eagles still to go down?
Well, yeah, him and Bijan.
Real
it's going to be a great running back dynamic. Now, if you break news that someone is going to get traded to the Eagles and it doesn't happen, don't you have to go back and say like, "Hey, my bad"?
You're not even a news guy, so maybe that's his excuse. Here's my handicap of the division. I think the rookies, their odds are probably like the Colts odds are. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy high.
Yeah, like there's no reason the Colts and Texans should have vastly different odds. Both first time head coaches.
I mean, yeah,
both rookie quarterbacks.
I'm with
one
you.
Way more polished than the other.
I do like the Colts better as a team, but I don't think because I'm high on Shane Steichen. Okay. I think Shane Steichen
just the Eagles bullshit.
No, I think Shane Steichen's a good play caller. I like and I think Gardner Minshew, if he has to play versus Davis Mills, I think that is I think that's in their favor.
Oh,
they have a running back by the name.
That's a fair argument.
They have a running back by the name of Jonathan Taylor.
He didn't look all that special last year.
No,
offensive line's kind of going the wrong direction.
That's true. I did like Houston's offensive line.
Sean Anthony
like
Richardson
Will
was
Anderson.
Fucking horrible. And Gardner Minshew has like a 1.5 game shelf life.
To me,
Davis Mills has played extended time, and CJ Stroud, we can all agree, was the guy that at least probably looks the part of an NFL quarterback.
Yeah,
size.
that's fair.
So
maybe
DeMeco Ryans also as a defensive coach. I kind of expect the team to at least have a baseline.
I think if you're starting a rookie quarterback,
have Dameon Pierce, your guy, you love Dameon Pierce.
I do love Dameon Pierce. If you're starting a rookie quarterback with the first year head coach, your chances of winning the division, I feel like are pretty slim.
Yeah. So if you're asking me to pick one of these,
I'm going Titans at plus 360. I love that actually. The more I think about it, because again, Vrabel, Ryan Tannehill back against the wall. Derrick Henry probably still has something. My boy Chigoziem Okonkwo. I think their defense is a little underrated, and I think they have a chip on their shoulder. Plenty of people have been talking shit about the Tennessee Titans. I still think they have one more possible run left. And Treylon Burks. Year 2 of Treylon Burks, I think maybe he makes a little bit of a jump.
Is this so? The counter argument obviously is this is a tremendously easy schedule. If the Jags are at all the team people seem to think they are, getting Calvin Ridley back, another year for Trevor Lawrence. If they are the team that we think they are, I love
the Jags with expectations.
Okay,
so here's who the Titans have. Home they have Ravens, Bengals, Texans, Chargers, Seahawks, Colts, Panthers, Jags, Falcons. On the road, they got Jags, Colts, Browns, Steelers, Saints, Texans, Dolphins, Bucks. So not obviously not as hard as the Jags. I just think at plus 360, to me, this is way more of a coin toss between them and the Jags. I think the Jags are just getting way too much hype.
Yeah, I guess for me, it wouldn't. This isn't like a. This is purely Trevor Lawrence isn't going to be a dude that is worthy of like that's the expectation that I can't buy into.
Trevor Lawrence.
We
did throw 4 picks in that.
That's what. How close were we to remembering them a little differently? This year?
Yeah. Imagine if the Chargers didn't completely charge her. I think the stink on this, but to their credit, Jags did play well against the Chiefs. They hung around, and if it wasn't for that non-contact fumble, Chiefs really were lucky. I mean, not only did they have a non-contact fumble against the Jags that they recovered, they also had one they recovered for a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Very fortunate the way the ball bounced for the Chiefs last year in the playoffs.
I do think that I worry that if Trevor Lawrence is good, that this team is going to be a very like easy 13-win team because the schedule is so bad. I mean, again, they get all 4 NFC South teams. They get 6 games against this division.
I still think their Jags schedule, I think, is still somewhat tough.
Agreed, but I just laid out 10 games against the NFC South and AFC South.
Yeah, well, they're always going to play the.
No, I know. Okay, so 4 games against the NFC South, which again, more rookies, right? A lot of youth at quarterback. That's the. Anyway, I'm with you. I like I mean, again, it's Vrabel, and in a year where he's going to see weakness.
Essentially, the Jags won their Super Bowl, and we saw how Doug P dealt with winning the actual Super Bowl in 2017. A little bit of a letdown the following year. So I wouldn't be surprised if. They're good, but not great. So I think like a Jags 9-8 season, I think is very, very much a realm of possibility.
One playoff team from this division, right? No way 2 teams get it.
I wouldn't be shocked if they.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
AFC West Chiefs same price as the Jags -160. Chargers 3-1. Broncos 550. Raiders 12-1. The longest shot to win their division in the conference. And second longest
Jimmy
in
G.
the league, which, you know, at first glance, I don't quite know why their odds are so out of whack.
Yeah.
Considering they have a lot of win now guys on the team. McDaniel's probably coaching for his job.
Devontae Adams.
I certainly don't think they should be like drastically above the or below the Broncos.
Yeah, you have a top 10 pass rusher you just drafted. Those guys can sometimes be impact players right away. 12-1. I'm intrigued, but that's just so much that has to go right for the Raiders. And Raiders even won a game last year thanks to that insane play that the Patriots had.
Oh, you mean Jacoby Myers now Raider?
But
Myers?
but there on the other side there were a bunch of Raiders games that they just completely fumbled away. I think they're going to pop in like the 1-score regression models.
Right.
I think maybe being high on the Raiders, I'm okay with that concept. And at 12-1, maybe you could talk me into it. But the Chiefs at -160.
I like how you called it a concept.
The Chiefs at -160 is crazy.
Crazy good? Or
yeah, that's a great price. Anything under -200, I'm smashing. Smash. Wait, how many times do I have to do this dance? If you're a Patrick Mahomes hater, the last bullet in your 6-shooter was, oh, well, let's see how he does without Tyreek Hill. It doesn't matter.
No.
Maybe, Kelsey's slowing down a step. They'll figure it out. It's Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
They got Noah Gray was just waiting in the wings.
They're going to win 13 or 14 games. The Chargers will blow some late 4th quarter lead. The Broncos, I want to, whatever sort of like first quarterback benched, Jarrett Stidham. If we can get some Jarrett Stidham, we'll see the field X amount of games. I mean, the way Sean Payton actively brought in Jarrett Stidham, he is not tied to Russell Wilson at all. And I think that was part of the agreement when he came to Denver. It's like, all right, I'll come and coach. You're paying me a shit ton of money, and if Russell Wilson pisses me off, he's not playing. I think that was the conversation.
Well, again, it seems like there's probably more to the story too, because the story we got was very like PR, but essentially it sounds like there was a little bit of a conflict around the request to not bring his own fucking coaches into the building from Peyton to Russ. So like it sounded like the request was made, Russ ignored it, and Peyton had to deal with it directly. Like as if like the team requested it and he didn't listen, and then the coach had to come in and smack him around. Like,
yeah, no,
that's not a good start.
I think last year Russell Wilson was in charge, and we saw what happened. This year, Sean Payton is in charge. So, one, how does Russell Wilson handle that? He doesn't seem like a guy who's going to handle it well.
Is this a max play right now?
On the Chiefs, yes.
Too early. Something could happen though.
It's chalky as hell, but you got to take Chiefs -160.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Lock it up, Ryan.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. You wanna give out a favorite one for the conference?
Yeah, I mean, just walking through this exercise again, very fun exercise. I'm sure we will adjust some of these plays as we go through our team preview series and then final picks. But the Titans at plus 360, I really like as a dog, and then Chiefs minus 160 is just a lock of all locks.
Yeah, I guess you could use what have I already gotten down on as a barometer to how much I like it. I've definitely gotten down on the Dolphins with a small smidgen, and the Steelers just to grab the early prices, just in case they go the wrong direction or the right direction, I guess, for the CLV. So I probably like those the much. I'm with Sean though. Like, to me, I mean, there's 3 teams that are minus odds to win their division. We talked about 2 today, the Jags and the Chiefs. The other one is the 49ers. And so it just doesn't seem like
Sam Darnold and Patrick Mahomes have the same odds to win their division. I'm going to repeat that, Ryan, because sometimes people, they're busy.
Glad
they may
you're paying attention.
May have tuned out for a second.
Yeah. No. Make it stronger. Make it stronger. Include Trevor Lawrence in there too.
Sam Darnold and Trevor Lawrence have these same odds to win their division as Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is at least. I guess Sam Darnold was drafted really high. Sam Darnold is really jumping out at me. I can't wait to get to the NFC. I'm chomping at the bit, Ryan.
Mahomes was the lowest draft pick, so.
All right, let's
really want to blow your mind.
Let's wrap it up and get to the NFC, of course.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Make sure you that subscribe button. Toss us a nice rating and review. You scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours. Always looking for awesome reviews that really go above and beyond in our Apple Podcast to get some free SGPN gift cards. New mesh shorts in the SGPN gift store. Highly recommend those.
Great
Thank
for the
you
club.
for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence and Patrick Mahomes. That's cute.
Kramer, let it ride.